Hey guys, welcome to Overtakes. We're going to talk about week 2, day 3 and 4. I'm Kel.
I'm Misfit.
And let's get to the picks.
All right. So, first match of the day. We have the Seoul Dynasty taking on the Boston Uprising.
This is going to be a fun one too. This is going to be real fun. I really like watching Boston. And Boston's desperate for a win. Because they went 1-1 week 1.
Right, but still they want to keep their momentum going. I think is where we're trying to get with them. And they're good. A lot of people kind of underrated them. You know, they showed up against Florida. Mm-hmm. And I think they're going to show up against Seoul. I don't think it's going to be a 4-0 mash job like a lot of people I'm sure are going to pick on other sites and maybe a couple of those guys on the desk and stuff that they have.
I think really think their best shot is if they lose Junkertown, then it's over. It's a 4-0 sweep.
Well, yeah, unfortunately that's been the running problem. Once you get past Junkertown, the all Korean squads, you get on your Horizons and your Oasises and maps like that, they don't lose.
No.
And then by the time you get to Numbani, which is generally the last, or Eichenwald, your hybrid map, it's pretty much game over, and everybody's kind of. I mean, they generally go for the win. Everybody goes for the win anyway, but it's a little less competitive, I guess, for lack of a word. But,
right, especially if they're already down 2. But at the same time, that could be.
It's a good learning place.
It could be a good turning place. But I feel like this is gonna go Seoul all the way.
Yeah,
They're just overwhelmingly good right now.
They are, and they're hard to pick against, and I'm going to take Seoul as well, but I'm looking at Boston to take a map.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I mean, we're saying things like this against Seoul, it's a moral victory to take a map, but for teams like, the Mayhem, the Uprising, those teams taking a map is a big deal right now.
It is.
Especially against a caliber team like that. Right. you can get them here and there.
And that's something that will factor in at the end of the season. Taking maps is important. Even in losses, getting swept in a game is the worst thing that can happen. But if you take a map or two, that can be the difference between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs down the line.
It is, and the more maps you win, and like you're saying, it all counts. It would be big for Boston to get one map. If they got 2 maps, that would be insane. We would kind of not be right, but the way we were looking at Boston, it's kind of the way we're seeing their progress.
Yeah.
But later on in the season, but it would be a lot earlier.
Yes.
But I'm still going 3-1. Mm-hmm. Seoul.
Yeah, definitely Seoul.
Okay. We have the Browns versus the Bengals here, or in this league known as Shanghai versus Florida. This is tough. I mean, you know who I'm going with in this one. This is my shot to get back on, for my boys to get back on track here. That being said, though, I think Shanghai could take a couple maps, make it a 5-gamer.
This could be a 5-gamer. I am going to go with Shanghai. I know that definitely hurts for you, but I gotta go with Shanghai.
Shanghai needs.
I think this could end up actually being a pretty entertaining match, even though it probably won't matter towards the end of the season. I think this will still be fun to watch, and it'll be a good. This is the best opportunity for either of these teams to get their first win,
especially with the schedule they had before.
Yes.
Where you kind of thought Florida might take one from Boston. Boston was better than a lot of people said anyway.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm making excuses, but I'm not. I'm actually just telling the truth that we said, and some of you didn't buy into. This is a point where these teams are going to be desperate, and we were talking about desperation with Dallas and with Houston. This is in a different way. You want to show people that we can play. Mm-hmm. You don't want to go 0-4. And I'm going with Florida because I think right now they're a little bit more cohesive. They play together a lot longer at a high level, and I think that just some of the DPS play with Tivik and Logix, and it goes back to last week against with Shanghai when they were playing the Gladiators, they don't protect their back line, and the way Tvik and Logic's play DPS, they might just wreak havoc on them.
Yeah, I mean that's a very fair point. I feel like I have to go with Shanghai simply because I feel like they're going to see this, and this is the game that they're really looking.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they can't take it either.
And I'm going to have to go with them. I think they just barely squeeze it out, but it's going to be an entertaining match, honestly. Even though it'll be two of the lesser teams, I still think it's going to be fun to watch.
I do too. Okay, last match of the day
will probably be the best match of the day.
Yeah, and we're back to Dallas. I mean, we've been talking about Dallas because, they're the Lakers, they're the Yankees, they're the polarizing team. Mm-hmm. They could be in desperation, or they could be
looking to build on some victory. Really good victories, yeah.
Which we both think they're going to get a victory, but you're facing London now. Now, the only thing that I don't think they're going to win this, but I do think they learned a lot losing a couple games. I also think, they have a little confidence. I mean, they kind of fell apart a little bit against Seoul, but I think they know they can play on these teams' levels.
I think it was more, I don't think they fell apart against Seoul.
A couple of places they kind of got.
They definitely did.
They got a little weird.
But it was far more apparent in the Valiant game where they just really couldn't they could not get anything going in those last two maps.
No, and they really should run that envious team.
As much as I like some of the streamers.
I like the streamer guys.
I like Seagull a lot. But I think they need to really pull out a win. I feel like they have to do an entire game with their envious team and
with the envious core. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I'm not saying don't play those guys. I think they're good. I think you need to work them in.
Yes.
And the more you practice, this isn't going to take 2 seconds to throw you throw a team together. It's going to take a little bit.
But this is going to be a must-win.
This is a must-win for Dallas, regardless whether they win or not in the beginning of the week. Right. I don't think they're going to get it.
But this is also a game where even if they don't win, if they show something and they really come together and put up a fight against London, I think that they could take that and use it as fuel.
Oh God! Fuck, burn blue. Oh, I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
But no.
By the way, guys, I picked them to win the whole thing.
I do think
standing by it
that London takes this.
Yeah, I do too.
They're just an incredible team right now.
Yeah, and they work so well together. And you know what? We haven't seen the other London lineup.
Yeah,
they worked a couple guys in, but we haven't seen that second six.
Right.
So that could be interesting. I mean, you don't know. They might bust them out for this one.
Right. They could bust some of those guys out, and we could see a somehow even better team, or we could see a less cohesive team. It's interesting.
And you know what? The one map that works in I like Dallas on Horizon. They play some weird stuff on there, but somehow it kind of works.
Yeah.
And that's where you can put. See, now this is a good map for Seagull, where you can throw him on the Junkrat, and if the Junkrat's not working, you can do the Genji thing.
Right. Because it's a phenomenal.
It's a phenomenal map
for Junkrat on both sides.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a map where you have your first Western team taking a 2CP.
Yeah.
But they also have Oasis. That's a weird map too. They got like 3 weird maps in this. So I mean, you got Junkertown, you got Horizon, and you got Oasis. I mean, they've been running those in a couple other ones, but those maps are like not your standards.
Right.
There's a lot of weird things that can happen in those 2 maps. I mean, Florida almost took Oasis from London.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of spots. I mean, they were within 10 percentage points of taking one of the 2 points in that. So, I mean, that might not be their best map, and that could help Dallas out. But I still don't think it's gonna. In the end, it's gonna matter. Right. I think you might get a draw on a map here, but I'm going with a lengthy match. I think Friday's going to have the longest matches.
Yeah.
Of the weekend. It's going to be a little bit more competitive. The teams are all on equal levels, it seems like. Head into Saturday, where we're going to go to
another quick turnaround for a team.
Yeah.
With London playing in the opening match at 2:00. So this is almost less than
Yeah, that's
12 hours between games.
And you know that, in all likelihood, that match with Dallas the night before is gonna linger. It's gonna be not gonna be one of those 1 hour 4-0s, at least in my opinion.
And if we don't see it by this point, I feel like this will be the game where we really see a team that's not all Koreans take a 2CP or a King of the Hill match.
Or maybe even the whole match in general.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been waffling on this game for since I saw it. I'm kind of leaning Valiant. I'm bound to make an idiotic pick once every weekend, and I'm gonna say on Saturday what the hell is wrong with myself. But this is another one. I mean, this whole weekend for the Valiant, this is put up or shut up.
Exactly.
This is all right.
If they want to prove that they're a team to beat, then this is a game that they've got to win.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a hell of a fun game to watch.
Yeah. You're going to have some good DPS play in this one, boy.
But I think I'm leaning towards the Valiant. That's going to be my pick for this one.
Yeah. That quick turnaround, I mean, like we were saying before,
but
I think we're kind of both in agreement on this one.
They could have a little mental fatigue. Yeah. For sure.
But I'm going Valiant, and you're going to go Valiant too on this one.
Yeah.
Last match of the weekend. I think this one's not going to be a great one. We got Los Angeles Gladiators and the New York Excelsior.
I feel like New York is just going to steamroll.
I think this is a 4-0. It's got a 4-0 written all over it to me.
And this is going to be another game where New York just asserts their dominance and shows that in the East, at least they are the team to beat, and just kind of building that resume towards their eventual matchup with Seoul.
Yeah, and then in the off chance that they happen to lose to the Valiant earlier in the week, this is going to be an important game.
Oh, definitely.
They're all important anyway, but this would be a must win, and I'm going to go New York. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Gladiators will show up a little bit, but I don't think much. I don't think it's going to be much of a task for New York. I think you're going to have one of those matches where you're going to see DPS guys going off and doing wacky stuff. And I'm not confident saying that with a lot of matches that go on, but this one I'm pretty confident in.
Yeah, same.
Now we got
the last match of the week. We got Boston versus San Francisco.
This is going to be a weird one.
It is. But it's going to be. I think this could be a really fun one.
This could be a fun one for sure.
I'm looking forward to this match. I feel like this could be another one of the ones this week that goes to 5.
Yeah.
But it could also be where Boston just comes out and
Boston
they're like,
could mash them like they did the Mayhem too.
Yeah, we could see Boston just be like, nope. We're not letting this go any further. This is going 4 games, and we're going to win all 4 of them.
Yep.
San Francisco could take a few, but I definitely have to go more towards Boston.
Yeah. San Francisco, at this point, is going to be sitting 0-3. Boston, I think I'm going with they're probably going to be 1-3, maybe 2-2.
Yeah. So this is more of a...
I think this
San Francisco
is a must...
needs to get a...
I mean, the first game, I think, isn't necessarily a must-win for San Francisco, but if they get put into a position where they're 0-3, they have to win this game in that division.
Yeah.
There is no way you're going to survive.
No.
Seoul,
Valiant.
Seoul, Valiant, and Dallas.
Yeah.
And then you fighting it out with... You don't want to be fighting it out with Shanghai and the Gladiators for that middle bottom.
Yeah.
And especially which is, like we said earlier, it very well could happen where Shanghai beats the Mayhem. If Shanghai beats the Mayhem, that puts you in a position where you're going to be in the basement if you lose to Boston. Mm-hmm. If you already lost to Philadelphia. And these guys know that, and they're going to be pressing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean like a little bit more focused.
Yeah.
To get a win. I'm going with San Francisco in this one, just from all the stuff I just said. Yeah. It's not that I think Boston's good. I think it's going to be a tight one. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it could go like you said too, where Boston's just like, screw this, we're not letting off the throttle.
Yeah.
I'm going shock.
I'm gonna have to go. I still sticking with Boston. I think this is a we need to assert ourselves as a top team, and they're going to use this game as
This is a good separation match for them.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people thought they were on the level of San Francisco. They beat San Francisco. People are going to go, okay, well, you know what? You got a couple of wins. They have none.
Right.
At this point, I mean, as far as the way I see it, it's going to be a tricky game. It's going to be, at least to pick. I mean, pick-wise, it's going to be enjoyable to watch, I think. Pick-wise, you got a lot of factors going in here. All right, guys. So, those are our picks for the weekend. We'll hit you back at the beginning of the week with some recaps, little player of the week kind of thing going on.
And always more discussion, probably a lot more discussion about Pine.
Yep, more Pine discussion, overreactions by me on certain players, falling in love with people playing Widowmaker, and me screaming about the Mayhem probably being 1-4.
All right, guys.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter. We'll be doing a lot of live tweeting during the matches and stuff, which is usually, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Just come check us out. Hey, and also don't forget to subscribe to us, hit the like button, hit the little bell so you can get alerts when we have our next shows up. We will talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.